Your chat GPT can write poetry, explain quantum physics, and debate philosophy. But ask it what the weather is right now, and it'll confidently hallucinate a forecast from 2021. That's because language models are frozen in time, disconnected from the real world. But what if you could give your AI a phone to call APIs, a calculator that actually computes, a database it can query? Function calling is the feature that transforms LLMs from impressive chatbots into genuine autonomous agents. And today, you're going to build one. Here's the uncomfortable truth about large language models: they're incredibly smart, but they're also incredibly isolated. An LLM can't check your bank balance. It can't send an email. It can't even tell you if your server is currently on fire. Everything it knows was frozen at training time. Function calling changes this completely. It's the mechanism that lets an AI decide, I need external help here, and actually reach out to get it. Function calling, sometimes called tool use, is a structured way for an LLM to say, I want to invoke this specific function with these specific arguments. The model doesn't execute anything itself. It outputs a JSON object describing what it wants to call, and your code handles the actual execution. Think of it as the AI writing a very precise sticky note. Please run get weather with location equals Mumbai. Then handing it to you to actually make the API call. The function calling workflow is a loop, not a single request. Step 1. You send a user message plus a list of available tools. Step 2. The model responds, either with a normal text reply or with a function call request. Step 3. If it's a function call, you execute it and send the result back. Step 4. The model incorporates that result and continues. This loop might repeat multiple times for complex queries. Let's see what this looks like in code. Let's build a real function calling assistant. We'll use TypeScript with the OpenAI SDK, though the concepts apply to Anthropic, Google, and open source models too. First, let's initialize our project and install the dependencies we need. Tools are defined using JSON schema, a standard format that describes what parameters a function accepts. Each tool needs a name, a description that helps the model understand when to use it, and a parameters object defining the expected inputs. The description is crucial. It's how the AI decides whether this tool is relevant. Let's define a simple weather lookup tool. Now we need the actual function that runs when the AI calls this tool. In production, this would hit a real weather API. For now, let's create a mock implementation that returns realistic data. Notice we're parsing the arguments the AI sends and returning structured data it can understand. Here's where the magic begins. When calling the OpenAI API, we pass our tools array alongside the messages. The model now knows these capabilities exist. We also set tool to choice to auto, meaning the model decides whether to use a tool or respond directly. Let's write the initial request function. The response from the API contains either regular content or tool calls, sometimes both. When the model wants to call a function, it returns the tool calls array with the function name and arguments as a JSON string. We need to check for this, pass the arguments, execute our function, and send the result back. Here's the complete handler. Let's see this in action. When we ask about weather, watch what happens. The model recognizes it needs real data, calls our function, receives the result, and then formulates a natural language response incorporating that data. One tool is useful, but real power comes from multiple tools working together. Let's add a calculator, because yes, LLMs are notoriously bad at math. This gives the model an escape hatch. Instead of guessing, it can compute precisely. For the calculator implementation, we'll use a safe expression evaluator. Never use eval with user input. That's a security nightmare. The math.js library gives us a sandboxed way to evaluate mathematical expressions safely. Here's something powerful. GPT-4 and newer models can request multiple function calls in a single response. Ask, "What's the weather in Delhi and Mumbai?" And instead of 2 round trips, the model returns both calls at once. Your code executes them, ideally in parallel, and sends all results back together. This dramatically improves latency for multi-step queries. To execute parallel calls efficiently, we use promise.all. This runs all function calls concurrently rather than sequentially. For 3 independent API calls that each take 200 milliseconds, sequential execution takes 600 milliseconds, parallel takes only 200. Here's the updated handler. Sometimes the model needs to chain tools. Use the output of one as input to another. Ask, "Will I need an umbrella in Mumbai? And what's 20% of my 5,000 rupee shopping budget for a raincoat?" The model first calls weather to check conditions, sees rain is likely, then calls calculate for the budget math. This happens automatically through our recursive response handler. Each tool result feeds back into the conversation context. Real-world tools fail. APIs time out, services go down, users ask for impossible things. Your function should never throw an unhandled exception. Always return a structured error that the model can understand and communicate gracefully. Return an error message, not a stack trace. The model is surprisingly good at explaining failures in user-friendly terms when given the right information. Here's where intermediate developers often slip up. The AI is essentially an untrusted input source. Even though GPT generated those function arguments, you must validate them. Use Zord or a similar schema validator to ensure types match expectations. Required fields exist and values are within acceptable ranges. Never trust, always verify. For production systems, implement rate limiting per user and per function. A malicious prompt could try to make thousands of API calls through your tools. Also, scope your functions carefully. If a tool can access a database, ensure it only accesses data that user is authorized to see. Function calling amplifies both capabilities and attack surface. Let's add something more powerful, a database query tool. This lets the AI look up real data from your application. We're not giving it raw SQL access. That would be insane. Instead, we expose safe, parameterized queries through a carefully scoped interface. The AI picks which query to run and with what parameters, but the actual query shape is locked down in your code. Let's bring it all together with a full run function that demonstrates our multi-tool assistant. This wires up the conversation loop, handles multiple iterations, and logs everything for debugging. In production, you'd add conversation persistence, streaming responses, and proper observability. Function calling isn't OpenAI exclusive. Anthropic's Claude uses a nearly identical format. Google's Gemini supports it. Even open source models like Llama and Mistral have function calling capabilities through frameworks like Ollama or VLLM. The JSON schema format has become a de facto standard. Learn it once, apply it everywhere. Before you ship function calling to production, run through this checklist. 1. Write crystal clear function descriptions. They're the model's only guide. 2. Always validate inputs with schemas. 3. Implement rate limiting per user. 4. Return structured errors, never raw exceptions. 5. Log every function call for debugging and auditing. 6. Scope permissions carefully. Least privilege principle. 7. Test with adversarial prompts. Try to break your own system. You've now learned how function calling transforms language models from isolated text generators into capable agents that can interact with the real world. 3 key takeaways. First, function calling is a loop. You define tools. The model requests calls, you execute and return results. Second, always validate inputs and handle errors gracefully. The AI is an untrusted source. Third, with multiple tools, the model can chain and parallelize calls to solve complex problems. In the next video, we'll combine function calling with RAG to build an AI that can both query your documents and take actions based on what it finds. Subscribe and hit the bell so you don't miss it. What's the first real-world tool you're going to give your AI? Drop it in the comments. I read every single one.